Hey, how's it going? This is Jeff again, giving you guys a quick demo on how to plan a probe install for Field Connect. So basically what we got here is if you are trying to find out where you want to put the Field Connect probe for a customer, you just want to make sure you're putting it in the right soil type. If you're adding a probe for a customer, something that makes this job a whole lot easier if you already have a latitude, longitude, and that'll be right under here under this location button. There's going to be a field down here that just says location. It'll give you a latitude, longitude, and make it a little bit easier to navigate the NRCS web soil survey program because typing in an address and moving the mouse around takes a little bit longer, but it's not too bad. So if you know the approximate location of it, you can type that in as a street address and kind of move the map around until you get to your customer's field. But having that latitude longitude makes it a little bit faster. So, but not always required. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to Google and then type in NRCS soil survey. And what this is a documentation of all of the soil surveys that have been done over the years by the um, NRCS program. And what they do is they actually find a soil type for the area and document it so that you can use this for planning soil probes. It's used in other fields of agriculture as well, but this is what we're going to be using it for today. So if you know the approximate address, you can click in that view button and it'll take you straight there. And when I say straight there, I mean it kind of takes a little bit. So this is our Stockton location. And what I'm going to do is just zoom out a little bit and find the closest field. And I want to click this zoom out button and just hit the magnifying glass. I find this works a little bit faster than the actual move hand button, but you can use whatever feels good to you. So move hand, you're just going to want to click there and move it right there. And you can use a combination, but I always recommend zooming out just a tiny bit because you don't need to really be zoomed in and really get the corners of the field or anything like that. You just really need to just pick an area of the field just to see what it looks like. All right, so let's do a field here. Let's do a area of interest, and we can do either a rectangle or you can do a polygon. I find rectangle is more than simple enough. You don't really need to get in each corner. You kind of want to actually leave an area around it so you can actually see what's going on. So let's do this field right here. This one looks interesting. So let's do a just an area right around it, and we're going to leave a little bit of a gap. And you can see that I kind of left some area around here that I won't need. I'll just kind of ignore that. Or maybe if it's interesting, I'll keep it in mind. But it looks like there's something going on there, and let's see if it picks it up. So what this is doing is actually lining out where the field that we're surveying is. And it does a quick analyzation. So there's some lines here. It's just kind of showing you what area you selected. Then you're going to go into soil map. It looks like we've got mostly a clay loam mix. They're pretty. I'm not really that surprised. Um, I'm a silty clay loam, silty clay loam, mucky clay loam here. And so what we got here is we got our field, and let's say the customers at first said, let's put it right here." Well, judging by that, it looks like that might not be the best place because we got a soil type here. We got 154, which is the Egbert silty clay loam. And that's what's taking up the priority of the field. And customer just kind of walked out here and said, this is an area of interest for me. Well, actually, probably not. This actually looks like it's going to be some area that may be impacted by this 148 if it's a different soil type. It kind of is. It's a very similar family, but let's say it was even more um, sandier than what we got over here in this 154 area. Say it was like a sandy clay loam or a sandy loam. That would impact what this area of the field did because water's going to run off better. But over here, the water's going to sit here better because this is a more of a clay loam. And you're going to want to pick an area for your probe that's more uniform to the rest of the field. Judging by this satellite image, I thought we were going to maybe see a little pocket of some soil type here, but this could be just residue left over in a field for whatever reason, and it might not actually be an impact. But you can kind of also see that there is a little sand streak here. This is definitely a lighter, sandier soil than what we have over here, which is definitely a clay loam. So it's definitely, you can actually visually see it from the satellite image that it is a different soil type, and I bet you would see that when you're digging it up. So based off this image, the place where I would want to put this probe would probably be almost exactly where this number is right here, just because it's away from the edge of the field. It's in the middle, so it's not going to be impacted by any edge effects or anything. It's away from this other soil type, and it's not that big of a different soil type, so it's not anything that's going to throw it off too much, even if you had to get a little closer for whatever reason. Up here, the field gets a little narrower, and so your edge effects would be greater. This seems like the best area where you'd put it in the middle and away from this whatever's going on here. And like I said, this is just something that you're going to kind of use to guesstimate what's on paper is not always going to be what the best is for the field. So just keep that in mind. This is just something that I like to do to make sure I'm not putting it right into a different soil type. Because if we get it on the field and customer wants to put it right here, it's gonna throw off data, and maybe they're not gonna get the best use out of the Field Connect, and then you're gonna have to rip it out. So, keep that in mind. Website to get here, websoil.survey.se.egov.usda.gov, or just Google NRCS soil survey. That's the best way to get there. If you know the address, perfect. If you know the latitude, longitude, even better. Just gonna type that over in this area here instead of address. You're gonna put in a latitude, longitude, and get you there much faster. Anyways, if you have any questions, feel free to give me a call. Thanks.